relation to January 6th, because here we are. You got Donald Trump. I said Donald Trump came into office and he was giving out some parties. A Northwest Indiana man was shot his life was taken by a police officer during a traffic stop days after he was pardoned by Donald Trump for a misdemeanor related to the January 6, 2021 U.S. Capitol riot. Matthew Huttle, 42, of Holbat, Indiana, was pulled over in Jasper County around 4:15 p.m. on a Sunday, on the Lord's Day. According to the Indiana State Police, the police officer attempted to arrest him, and he resisted. Altercation took place, and then the officer fired his weapon and fatally shot her, the police said. I don't know if the video is going to be released, like what I'm going to talk about in a second, but a video may be released. The only thing is, like, I believe that this complexion of the person that this was, so it's not going to be a big media thing. You already know how that goes. That only happens when it's the other way around. So we're going to be, our condolences are with the family, because this man did lose, his life at the end of the day. So condolences are with the family. The accounts of the event of the police have not been verified by NBC Chicago, but this man had pled guilty to entering a restricted building at the U.S. Capitol during January 6th, and he had been sentenced to 6 months in custody. He entered the U.S. Capitol at 2 separate times. They said he went into multiple offices, crypt areas, and numerous all over the place, like many people did when it came to the Capitol. But he traveled to D.C. with his uncle, who was also arrested. I don't know if his uncle ended up getting a pardon, but he was also arrested. But that just shows how crazy life can be. You get what I'm saying? You get pardoned by the president of the United States, which is something that a very, 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 very small percent of the population will ever be able to say. Then you lose your life dealing with altercation with law enforcement again, when law enforcement were already disrespected on January 6th in the same event that you was at. Then you have an altercation and you lose your life, because like I said, we may not agree that he should have got a pardon or anything like that. Just like in this situation, on the flip side, there's a man that was exonerated after doing 16 years in prison. The Innocence Project. He was one of the first men, if I'm not mistaken, that was freed through the Innocence Project after doing 16 years. And then he ended up getting into an altercation, after he got free. Mr. Leonard Cure, a traffic stop, October 16, 2023. 53-year-old man was killed 3 years after he was exonerated of an armed robbery case. You know what I'm saying? Like three years, you got your life. But smaller time frame after something major happens, when it comes to your freedom. But it just goes to show that you never know where life can lead you. Some things you agree with that they let out. Some people you don't agree with that they let out. But here, two different sides that will probably argue against each other. And here they are, both parties ended up losing their life after they ended up getting something from one a group of people. The Innocence Project got this man out, and Donald Trump pardoned the other guy. So it's truly unfortunate. This man spent 16 years in a Florida prison, hot as a motherfucker down there. Said that after being wrongfully convicted in 2003, he had 16 years, get out, 3 years free. The family has a lawsuit going. I don't know how the lawsuit's going so far. There's the video as well. Like I said, we didn't have a video with this Indiana man, but we did have a video with this black man about this a Georgia black man. So let me know what y'all thoughts are on that. Like I said, because you got two different sides of it. You got the guy that Trump let out, or got him out pardoned, he ended up losing his life in an altercation with the police. You got an Innocence Project that fought to get people out of jail, exonerated this man 16 years after in Florida goddamn prison. He ended up losing his life 3 years later with an altercation with the president, with a police officer, man. So it's unfortunate, some of these situations. But let me know what y'all thoughts on those two, as well as they said